Hello, here we are again. So I realized that this is the last time I can stream for like the next week. I don't know how to understand time. I'm gonna be out of town next weekend, so a lot writing on this one. Not really. I it's gonna depend on a couple of factors here. One is how hungry I get. I did eat some cereal, but that's not like a real food. How hungry I get and when my roommate wakes up, but I'm going to try to make this a longer stream if possible. We'll see how reality contends with that. I do technically have errands to do and things to take care of, but I don't care about them. I care about them the amount that I need to care about them. But we have a new game to start today because I'm adjusting this in real time. I hit 1,500 days sober, and then I got a treat for doing that from someone who is very nice and loves me very much. So I used that to buy a video game, and that video game is Slay the Princess. Because I keep hearing good things about it. Vague good things. I don't know a ton other than the obvious premise. Is that there's a pretty girl and you're supposed to go kill her, but she's probably not going to like that you tried to do that. Why do you have to go kill her? Who knows? Maybe something's wrong with her. But, you know, we love terrible women, so we'll find out how we feel about that. And the other thing I know about it is that it's fully voice acted, and one of the voice actors is Jonathan Sims. And my friend Simon got me very, 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 hyper-focused and obsessed with Magnus Archives last year. So as soon as I heard that he was a voice in it, I was like, well, I already heard it was good. But now I'm like in, because I really like him. And I am interested to hear him doing another thing. So we're going to play Slay the Princess. It's supposed to be graphic novel format. And I am pretty confident there are a lot of endings. So I'm trying to decide if the first run I want to be stupid and try not to kill her and see how that goes, or if I want to be like really serious for the first run and see how that goes. I haven't really. We'll decide when we get there. If you have opinions, let me know. But we were a little blah. I can't talk. That's great. Good thing this is supposed to be fully voice acted. We'll get started. It already showed me a warning that there's flashing lights and something that might cause motion sickness, and it says that there's a setting to turn that off, so I'm debating just prematurely turning that off. But I didn't go all the way through to the menus because this is the second menu that pops up, or the second screen that pops up. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Wow, she looks so sad. Oh, I'm trying to figure out why my headphones feel funky. I keep feeling like something weird is happening. Let's just go to preferences. So this is the thing that it said might make me motion sick. There's like a part of me that wants to see what it all looks like left alone, and a part of me that is like, they told me this might hurt me, so maybe we just turn it off. And let's turn off the flickering also for our sanity. We'll leave the rest for now. And I am good with it being windowed because I think if I mess with it, it will mess up my layout again, and I just fixed it. So, controls, not gonna worry about it right now. Well, let's worry about it a tiny bit. Shift A. Well, the music is taking a turn. I can't believe this. Space advances dialogue without selecting choices. Oh boy. Escape is the menu. We don't want to do... Well, maybe we'll want to do that at some point. Quick save, F5. Great to remember. Assistive self-voicing. Oh boy, that opened a link. Speech synthesizer used to read out text and other interface elements intended to make them accessible. Okay. Great to know. Don't need that, probably. And J is history. I'm gonna forget all of these things. Absolutely gonna forget all of these things. Basically sounds like I don't want to hit the spacebar because I will accidentally advance some shit that I don't want to. Shift A. Okay. Gonna forget it all. Can't wait to forget it all. Okay, not worried about that at the minute. That we already did. Not joining your Discord yet. Okay. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Hey, Jonathan Sims. How are you? I'm normal about him, it's fine, don't worry about it.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You might know a few things about that, don't you? Sorry, I really liked Magnus Archives. I really liked him. And I will not be weird about it from here on out, I promise. Alright, explore the end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Compelling. Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Wow, we got some options. Oh man, I'm gonna play this game like 50 times. Oh my god, that wasn't even all of them. That wasn't even all of them. Do I get some sort of a reward for doing this? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution. Silently continue, turn around and leave. I'm gonna play this like 50 times just to click all of those, aren't I? Alright, what do we start with? What do we freaking start with? This is too much. I guess we can just start at the beginning.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
I don't know, I think it's okay if there's no people, but there's still birds and trees. Call me controversial, but... Okay, how can a princess locked away in the basement in the world? If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not gonna kill her. Do you have any evidence? If you consider it, yeah, because she's locked up. Oh my god, this is too many choices. This is too many. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. I'm sold. Oh my god, these are too many options. This is bad for a person like me. This is like, it's a good thing I'm streaming this, because otherwise, like, if you think I'm taking too long to decide right now, how long I would take alone is a whole other story. Let's just keep with our top down.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
You're making it hard not to be argumentative.
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
It's a sunk cost fallacy. God, can I really just go through most of these? Fuck. Alright, if you considered maybe she's only gonna end it cause she's locked up.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Oh, what if I just did all of these and then the world ended?
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
I don't know, Johnny.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
It's so true, buddy. Let me get my sewing machine up here. I don't really want to do either of these, but have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
I mean, you seem to think the princess does.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Surely I'm not. Do I get a reward?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
I was hoping you were just going to say, the world doesn't end, you motherfucker. Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
This is less encouraging than if he just said it's the world not ending. Alright, yeah, we'll do the big one. Look, I'll go, but only if I decide.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
He's so good at being exasperated. I love him. Oh no!
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Girl, you were talking to yourself.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
So y'all threw her in here, locked her up, left, but you made sure you left a blade badly balanced on a table. Why didn't y'all take care of this when you were here? Why is this like perfectly set up, but nobody did it?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I should have asked why can't someone else do this, because now this is starting to be like, y'all left a knife here, it's not even that I brought my own knife, you're like, here, it's all ready to go. You can go without it? Girl, I'm gonna have to play this 50 times.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I love a cursor with a little knife in it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Oh my god.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi! Just checking in, or hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Alright, we're gonna choose to be funny. Fuck it, who cares? I would have to play this so many times.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
She doesn't think that someone's gonna kill her? Like, come on.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Only one wrist, but she could ruin everything. Interesting.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Okay, now I can tell that the voices are a little different, but only barely.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Yeah, I have my big knife. Scary. What? No way, why would you even think that? Yeah, it wasn't a joke. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk, steal your nerves. There's a part of me that, like, kind of just wants to try to do it seriously, and then we'll... Well, but then I feel like narratively, you would listen to her and get murdered, then you'd go back with resolve, you know? Even though I understand that doesn't make sense. It makes a certain kind of sense. I'm just gonna say, yeah, it wasn't a joke.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Okay, I feel like the story is in agreement with me of, like, just see what happens the first time. Let's just see what happens when we let her talk to us.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
I love that he literally sighed. God bless.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Yeah, with my very normal hand.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
A relationship? Yeah, it's pretty awkward. A relationship? Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Do you know I'm here to kill you? We've talked enough. Okay, let's do this one. Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Girl, that's weird. That's weird to say. Yeah, okay. What do you have to say about it?
Don't just tell
Why not?
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You think?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
What are you gonna do if I let you out? I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret. If I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you. I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world. but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you, either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
You'd be killing me? How would you be killing me?
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Can't be letting monarchs get away with things. Yeah, what's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Why don't you want me to know your name?
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
How would I get you out?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Girl.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
Yeah, you have to hack off her hand with that little knife.
She is. I'm sure of it.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
No.
You know why you're here.
Oh boy. Okay, so we can just straight up try to kill her. We can say we're gonna get her out. Or we can say we're gonna get to know her. Hmm. I mean, for the sake of the argument that I was making, let's do this and she'll get mad at us probably.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
It's a pretty dumb compromise.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
Girl, you're not making a compelling argument for me saving you.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
I mean, I knew that that wasn't gonna work. Well, I made my choice. I'm locking her in. Let's commit to boring middle ground and see what it does.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
We all know centrism is the best option, right?
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
Okay, I was gonna say, was that sound me getting the knife or her getting it?
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
I mean, it sounds like I'm gonna die no matter what if you get out, so...
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
Okay, sticking to... That's relief. I was afraid I'd already committed to not slaying her. No, we're picking boring middle ground. I want to see how stupid that is.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement
Oh my
door,
god, are
locking it
you
behind you and
serious?
quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
That is not enough.
Okay, we can make this work.
We cannot make this work.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door.
What is your plan here, bud?
It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
Hey, I don't think she's good, guys. She seems a little scary.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
Oh my god, turns out she was bad.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
Stupid.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
I mean, all I did was be boring and not super help, but apparently you didn't need my help. I feel like you should have bigger problems with other people, but...
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
And I don't see how it matters.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
Like, I'm just gonna be the first to die when everybody dies. It's not like you were gonna save me.
No, it doesn't.
Threaten me all you want, all it does is ease my guilty conscience. So all of that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless, you're not even a princess, you're a monster. Or ignore her and go to sleep. Okay, let's keep being boring middle ground for this.
Just ignore her. Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention to it.
It won't.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Feels like you shouldn't have been able to sleep through that.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
You can feel that.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
Is it too late to stab?
What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
No, I'm gonna do this again.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, the nightmare. Oh boy, we don't just restart.
You're on a path
Okay, we
in the
do.
woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Well, see, we don't know that because we died. Anything could have happened after we died. Terrible sense of deja vu. Hasn't this already happened? Okay, no, but I died. What am I doing here? She's gonna kill me again. Proceed. Turn around and leave. But I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Literally told you that already.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Is it?
Shh. What if he hears us?
Another voice.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all.
Boy. Okay, let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
I love not listening.
We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out for you? No comment.
Bad.
Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't.
That's what you think.
Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working. And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
I don't know.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
No, lots of options.
If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
Okay, let's talk about her.
Just be quick about it.
Okay. Just being around her in the end shut down all of my organs. What the hell am I supposed to do about that? And then to quote you from last time around, quote, she's just a princess. How can you possibly justify saying that? She's clearly something far, far worse. Let's do the first.
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Yeah, Look, I wanted to ask that, but I have a bigger problem with this. Who locked her in that basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
No, we're overcomplicating. I need to know. Okay, and yeah, if people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
No,
You're
me?
the only person capable of doing this.
Wow.
Call it a prophecy, if that helps.
Wow.
It's just the way things are.
Jonathan Sims said I'm special, everybody. Oh boy.
You can't just goad us into doing something by calling us special. It's manipulative. Why are you trying to manipulate us?
No, keep saying I'm special.
I don't know, I kinda like being special. Okay, fine. Maybe you can goad him into doing something, but he's not even the one who makes the decisions here. I'm not goading you into doing anything. You already know the princess is dangerous. All I'm trying to say is that you have to be the one to deal with her. I know it doesn't seem fair, but that's just the way it is. And for what it's worth, I know you have it in you to finish the job. We don't. You saw what happened to us last time. We need to leave.
You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
No.
He isn't telling us everything he knows because he doesn't trust us, which means that we can't trust him. Stop talking yourself in neurotic circles and just get to the cabin already.
But it's my favorite.
Do you see the way he keeps pushing us? We have to get out of here.
Okay, and then she's clearly something worse.
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin and you'll be fine. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin. This is good. I was worried you might fall for his shit again, but this is good. Whatever answers there are to be found, they aren't here, and they definitely aren't there.
I love just picking, I'm leaving. No, it's not gonna work.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
No. You're so persistent. I'll go. Okay, fine, I'll go. Maybe I'll slay or maybe I won't. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I am not going to the cabin. It's like I said, I'm pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Quietly continue on. Why? I definitely know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved.
Incredible. Alright, turn around and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Okay, but I didn't die.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy. What's going on? Where are we? It's finally happened, hasn't it? We finally cracked.
The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by textured nothingness. It is quiet. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. Oh my god. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. I need something empty I can crawl inside of. I need something shaped like me. This is a nightmare. Wake up. It's not. We got an achievement called Denial.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
We got another achievement that's something about like it's really starting now.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard. Okay. Ooh, we're like really starting again. Can someone else do this? We didn't ask that last time.
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Alright, let's save for the first time ever. Alright, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Seems fun. But I kind of want to try to do the one where we help her. Let's just do this. Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
She's a prince. Ignore him. He doesn't know.
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is.
We'll still take it.
You take the blade from.
But we're gonna do the one where we help her this time. And then from here on we can focus on
Door
doing
to
what
the
we're supposed
basement
to.
creaks open.
Just checking in.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
I think I broke it a little hitting tab, actually. Okay, are you here to kill me or something? What? No way, what would even make you think that? Is it the knife?
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do.
Yeah, let's drop it again and help
Blade
her.
tumbles out.
Thank you.
Try to help her.
Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is entirely different matter.
So you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Sure, we did the other one before. We're
Don't
supposed to end
just
the world.
tell her that.
I figured it'd be about the same.
Is that why they threw? I don't remember much about it, to be honest.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I'm sure they have their reasons.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
What if they're bad reasons, though? If they had good reasons for thinking I was dangerous, wouldn't they have shared them with you? I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to leave. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you.
She has a point.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life, but you don't really know me.
I don't.
She's right about one thing.
Like I said, it's all. So do you trust me?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust.
Let's ask her name one more time. She's not going to tell us again.
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me at.
Again, she offers.
And then how it is. Let's try to
You
help her.
can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. Well, we can always put that.
Her sharp eye. She isn't she is.
Alright, we talked enough.
Oh,
You know why you're.
Getting you out.
Oh, you have to be kidding. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
I want to see if we get to chop off her hand.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
if you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here? I'm gonna check upstairs, and if not, maybe I can find something. Let's do the first one.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
A whole arm!
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Let's just try it.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Let me out.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Boy.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
Yeah, but I gotta push the barriers.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I can't just do what I'm told, that's no fun.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
I mean, I would have gone. Couldn't we go wrist and then she gets to keep more arm? Why is she? And why? Why we have to have these big doll eyes stare at us the whole time? What?
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
What?
She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by
She has a lot of arm. Again, I feel this is incorrectly stated.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Okay, look at me. I was like interested in the fact that my hand looks so fucked up, but like, look at this. Why do I look like this? What's my deal? I have a lot of questions.
Watch me.
Oh, buddy. Warn her. Is buried in there. Alright, let's commit. Warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Wait, resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Look at my sick claws. Who am I?
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
You will.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Chapter 2 again. Interesting. The prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I am wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
The skeptic.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Let's just go.
A warning before you go any further.
You're right, I should save again.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud?
Uh-huh.
No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
Interesting.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
You're learning.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Approach the mirror. Yeah, you didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
He definitely did not. Does a mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
I get to see myself.
I think you know what we have to do.
I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? If you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Approach.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipes a mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Look at my sick hand.
But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Why can't I see how handsome I am? Alright, take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It would be fun to leave it there.
Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
How do these torches stay lit?
Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
There's still one more here.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just gonna leave her here. Let's just sit with her. We've already done this.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
That looks undone already. Maybe it's just drawn weird, but...
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Where I was told.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
My intentions, what do you mean? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? What happened after I died last time? The other chain on the wall, who's it for? What would you have me do? I think I'm just gonna leave you here, actually. We've done that. It might be different, but I doubt it. Let's do this. I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
No, it wouldn't have.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't.
Aww.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. All right?
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
She's really just sitting here for a lot of conversation.
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
It won't.
I won't.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
I never know what's gonna cut things off, but let's hope. You were asking about my intentions.
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
The other chain, who's it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Inspect the shackle. How am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is in a shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. Just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
I kind of want to see what she does.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
That's 1000% that one. So many fucking options. Alright, Inspect the Shackle is still very funny. I'm not giving it to you. You realize that I'm probably going to do this one. You realize that I have as much reason to distrust you as you have to distrust me. I'm not giving you the weapon. In case you've forgotten, you killed me with it last time. I can cut you out of here. I'm not giving you a weapon. I'm trusting you. If you want to leave, I'm going to be the one with the weapon. Deal with it. Cut her out on your own. I think I'm just going to leave you here. Bye! Or just kill her. We're going to do that one.
I do. So I guess this all comes down to which of us caves first. And it's not going to be me. I'm extremely patient.
It's probably better if we take action anyway. No use trying to wait her out. That's playing to her strengths.
I want to see what she does. I want to see what she does. I want to see what she does. Where is it? I'm trusting you.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? Oh, you've already tried to take over, buddy.
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing?
Exactly what you think.
She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. Ah.
Watch an uneasy silence.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Because you can't kill her.
Huh.
So that's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back.
Can we put it back?
The princess's eyes stare up at you, dead. Congratulations, you saved the world.
No, we didn't.
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
Take the princess with you. Oh, I'm gonna save. I don't know how precisely this saves. Oh. Okay, if I'm gonna save scum like a piece of trash, then let's just leave and see what my reward is. But I really want to know what that does.
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it.
With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here.
The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door.
Open the door and accept your reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
It's this again.
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows.
But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it. Okay. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Like hell it is.
What? Okay, this is bullshit. Let us out of here. I don't know. I'm pretty okay with this. I was kind of hoping we'd get a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No, this is the beginning of eternity. Your reward, like I just told you. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
Alright, didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy. What do you suggest? I don't want to die again. I didn't like dying last time. I'm going to accept my reward. I don't know. I'm pretty happy. I'm going to accept my reward. What do you suggest?
We still have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
I don't want to die again. I didn't like dying. I'm gonna accept. Let's try. Let's really up our save scumming.
That's great. Congratulations. You've earned it. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning.
He's just saying things.
The voice's protestations fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
No, you stop that. Stop all this nonsense.
You really don't want to be happy, do you?
Restless thoughts of a voice ruin your happy ending was the achievement I just got.
You know what you have to do.
Okay, is there really no other way I don't use the blade? I liked being happy. Are you really gonna take that? Sorry, we're not doing that. I liked being happy. Are you really gonna take it away from me?
That wasn't real happiness. The truth is still out there for us to find, but we can't find it here.
Is there really no other way I don't want to use the blade?
If it makes it easier for you, I can do it. Let me have it.
We're not doing it?
Don't apologize. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Wait, why are you sorry? Your body lurches as your heart suddenly stops beating. Are you killing us?
You'll forgive me eventually.
You goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
I don't know, immortality kind of sucked.
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
I don't have to answer that.
That's all we needed to hear.
It turns out that it doesn't take too long to die after your heart stops beating. You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
I don't know that.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Okay, a little bit.
You're on a path in the wood.
Are you fucking kidding me? We had everything we ever could have wanted, and you killed us.
So many chains.
We didn't have everything we ever could have wanted. That's just what he told us. I want the truth, not some made-up eternal happiness.
Well, I still have the knife.
But it was nice. Who gives a shit about truth?
I do. He said we were happy, but what does happiness like that even mean? It was just another prison.
And this isn't. There are chains everywhere.
That just means we're on the right track, you numbskull. That we're finally starting to see reality for what it is.
Can you two stop fighting? It's not very productive. No, it isn't, is it? So let's focus up. You've clearly already been here before, and judging by how deranged you all are, you've already been here more than once. I'll spare you my full introduction, but I would like to remind you that the people in my world are living, breathing, suffering entities. Not pawns for you to sacrifice in pursuit of some vague truth.
Yeah, should we talk about how we still have the blade? We never started with the blade before. Alright, she died last time, and then the way you decided to thank us was by locking us away in a happiness void forever. Are you sure we even need to slay her? She cut her own head off last time. I was happy with eternal bliss. No way out but through, let's go see. Silently proceed, turn around. Yeah, we have the blade.
Huh. I hadn't actually noticed.
I did.
Holding it's starting to feel natural, isn't it?
It doesn't matter if we spawn with it or have to trudge all the way up to the cabin to get it. It's not even a blade, really. It's just a dinky little knife. The real threat here can kill us without it anyway.
I didn't kill us without reason.
Well, you still killed us.
This is strange. You're not supposed to start with the blade. It says right here that you're supposed to find it at the cabin. Oh well, I suppose that doesn't make much sense anyway. It's better if you start with a weapon, so this is probably for the best.
I'm not taking the blade. See, I really think that that's an interesting thing, is to not have it, but I'm not ready to give it up yet. Right, she died last time.
So you actually managed to slay her? Yet you still found your way back here. Absolutely unbelievable. What on earth is wrong with you?
We weren't satisfied with your happy little prison.
But it has happy right there in the name. It wasn't actually very happy.
I was fine with it, but that spiteful bastard gave us a heart attack and killed us for no reason.
I had a great reason. We were stuck with no answers. And now we're not. You're welcome.
And you don't think we're stuck now? We're still in a cage, it's just bigger.
You know, if you think about it, isn't life just a really big cage?
So true, bestie.
Don't you start philosophizing. Just get to the cabin and settle this already.
Oh, I really want to get rid of the blade. I really want to not have this. Since it's been an option, I really want to do it, but... Ugh. Alright, no way out but through.
You stand at the edge of a cliff. An abyss yawns beneath you, empty and endless. The only path forward, a rusted metal bridge. The cabin looms on its far side. I think you already know what waits for you within.
Great, a creaky old bridge in a bottomless ravine. Because getting to the cabin was too easy last time. I wonder what other sick jokes are waiting for us. Maybe that ravine doesn't even go anywhere. It'd be par for the course if we slipped and wound up falling forever.
There's nothing to find out here. Time to check in with the missus.
I'm going to pretend you didn't just call her that.
No, we're all in now.
Every
Jesus
surface of
Christ.
the cabin is draped in chains, the air filled with the mock birdsong of metallic clinks. Where there should be walls, you can see only endless ropes of metal, with hooks dangling from their ends. A fitting cage for a monster destined to end the world. There's nothing for you to do but step forward into the basement. You already have your weapon. Your objective awaits.
Oh, not the damn mirror again. I hate the mirror. It gets us nowhere.
The mirror?
What mirror? There is no mirror. Why would I lie about there being a mirror? Whose fucking idea was this? It's awful.
I'm sure whoever put it there for a reason. It's obviously important. It has to be.
I'm not going to waste time arguing with you. Just get to the basement, okay? The door's on the other side of the room. Then, I guess there's nowhere for us to go but forward.
Approach the mirror.
You step out onto the floor. Or what should have been a floor.
Boy.
Should have been? Yes, unfortunately. You realise too late that there is no floor beneath the metal. There is only a loose web of chains suspended over some unseen space. An unseen space that you are now rapidly plummeting through.
He really doesn't want us to look at ourselves.
Oh, now this is just absolute bullshit. Can't even walk across a room now without being plunged into an abyss.
You're too emotional, it makes us sloppy. We have to focus on details right now, and we can't focus on details if you're raging about every little thing that happens.
Are we supposed to focus on details while we're falling into a bottomless pit?
Don't be ridiculous, it obviously has a bottom.
Your fall is suddenly, painfully halted as rusty chains pull taut against your skin, their hooks digging into your muscle. You find yourself suspended in what appears to be a vast, dark space. The glinting of yet more chains merely hinting at its full dimensions. You dangle a few feet off the bare concrete floor.
Oh boy.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. As your eyes adjust to your new surroundings, you make out a figure standing in the gloom, obscured in shadow. She watches you with the stillness of the grave.
Easy now. We don't know what sort of situation we're dealing with. We should let her make the first move. Let observation give us an advantage.
Are you mad at me? Alright, hello, are you mad at me? So you can come back to, like, I'm sorry about what happened last time. I'm supposed to be sorry, right? Why the hell did you cut your head off? Attack her? How? Wait for her. Are you mad at me is so funny.
But you are met with only silence, save for the creaks and groans of metal as it sways in the stale air around you. The hooks slowly shift in your skin, the pain coming in waves as you continue to dangle helplessly.
Screw this. This is making me bloody anxious. It's like she knows how unfair this all is, and now she's having fun with it. She's mocking us by not saying anything. Yes!
Just do hello.
The princess takes a slow step forward. As she does so, the heavy chains shift, tightening and tearing at your flesh, your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you. As your vision comes back into focus, your eyes fall on the body of the princess, finally emerged from the shadows.
Oh no.
The body of the princess is a weird way to describe a person. It's only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her head dragging along behind her in an iron cage. The head stares up at you but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
Oh, we're being strangled already? You haven't given us a chance to do a damn thing. What's the point of any of this if we don't even get to make a single choice?
I'm not here to give you chances. I'm here to set the stage and to dictate to you what happens. I can advise you on the correct course of action, but there are limits to my direct involvement. The choices, if that's what you like to call them, have always been yours.
A riddle while we're dying, isn't that just like you? Now to figure out what exactly you mean by choices.
Oh, for the love of stop thinking and do something.
This is not even true. Well, it's kind of true, actually. What's your problem with me? I've only ever tried to help you. Let me down. Killing me isn't going to fix anything. What happened? You cut your own head off last time. You can't be mad about that. Swing your blade. Let's try. I've only ever tried to help you. She's not
What
gonna
makes
like
you
it.
think I have a problem with you? Because I'm a head in a cage? Don't be silly. That's what I've always been. It's not like you're any different.
The body takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know? I'm just a set of eyes and ears. I don't make choices. At least not any that matter.
Oh, well, isn't that just convenient?
It makes sense to me. She's a severed head. What control could she possibly have over her body? There's no connections, no nerves. So bodies can work on their own.
You know, I wouldn't mind that, actually. Maybe when the chain pops our useless head off, we'll get to run around without it.
This was all doomed from the start, wasn't it?
None of this is my fault. I haven't done anything to you except give you my weapon twice. Are you talking about your body as if it's a separate person? It's you. Nothing that's happening to you is my fault. Again, I keep trying to help you. What do you mean you're just a watcher? You cut your own head off last time you made that decision. You've made choices and you've never stopped. You're choosing violence right now. I feel like... Let's try this.
What's the point of making a choice if it all ends the same way? I'm still stuck, and you're just as stuck as I am. Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again.
You come to me, knife in hand.
The body steps forward. The pressure on your limbs is becoming unbearable.
You give me your implement.
The pressure is finally too much. Your fist unfolds as your joints swell with trapped blood, and your pristine blade tumbles helplessly to the ground.
We definitely should have never brought the knife in. I can't wait to do a run where we never bring a knife.
I cut myself free.
Well, at least she gets it. This whole damn thing's a pile of flaming bullshit, and there's nothing we can do to put it out.
It's not true. You're setting me up to fail. I can't make real choices strung up like this, and you're refusing to make any choices at all. Us choosing the same moves every time we play isn't an indictment of anyone's free will. It's just how things happen to play out. I could have thrown that knife away in the woods if I wanted to, but I chose to come here with it. Yeah, I should have thrown it away. What was I supposed to have done? Did you want me to carry your severed head? I should have. I want to go back to that save scum, honestly. Ugh. Did you want me to carry your severed head out of the cabin with me? I thought you were dead. Please just stop walking forward. I'm gonna die if you don't stop. We should have taken her fucking head. I knew it. Let's do... Let's do this one.
Just because you refuse to see the walls doesn't mean they aren't there. Give in with me. It's so much easier to let the world happen to you.
She steps forward yet again, and the chains dig into you, your nerves screaming, your heart pounding, your lungs desperate for air.
I don't think we can hold on to you much longer. Like I said, the girl's right. This whole thing is rigged.
This is all getting so predictable, isn't it? Pop.
You're falling. Jesus Christ. Oh, so many noises. You're falling, the world is spinning, and then you hit the ground, your body light in a way that is sickeningly wrong, and roll to a stop. The sound of rattling chains and a heavy thud as the rest of what was once you falls to the ground somewhere nearby. What is this icon? Ugh. You're unable to take action, unable to defend yourself, unable to even look around as the princess's body steps towards you, one slow, rhythmic step after another. Oh no. See, she got her arm back when she chopped it, but not her head. It stoops down to pick you up, and then... a shadow rises behind the body, blade glinting.
And now, the cut.
It strikes, and it strikes true, and the body drops its cage in pain. They descend on each other in a maelstrom of chains and hooks and feathers and blood, fighting their way... Is he feather? Interesting. They descend on each other in a maelstrom of chains and hooks and feathers and blood, fighting their way deeper into the shadows until all you're left to witness is the sounds of violence.
See? You only ever thought you were in control. Isn't it so much nicer to let go?
Alright, I didn't let go. You ripped my head off. What are we supposed to do now? You didn't cut yourself free. My body is still the one with the knife. Doesn't that mean this is different? Doesn't that mean I broke your pattern? This isn't nicer. I'm a severed head. I thought that would be the end of me. I guess this isn't so bad. Yeah, I didn't let go. You ripped my head off.
My body ripped your body's head off. I didn't have anything to do with it. You get it. It's not like you're responsible for what your body is doing to mine now. You and I just watch, like we've been doing since the beginning.
And so, you and the princess watch as your bodies weave in and out of the shadows, performing their lethal dance. Look at that.
Look at us go. Aren't we beautiful?
The movement is gorgeous, primal, uninhibited, steel crashing against steel and flesh rolling off flesh.
It's all going to come to a head soon.
Ha 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 ha!
Head.
And at last the climax plays out. Your body, wreathed in chains and shadows, makes its final move, but so does hers. Chain shatters spine and blade pierces heart.
I guess I'll see you next time.
Both hers and yours collapse, their dance complete. Blood drips from the princess's mouth and she coughs.
It's cold, but that's always been us, hasn't it? Cold isn't bad.
The fuck? You do not get the chance to respond. Something has ripped her from you, and it's left something else in her place. No exit. Remains stuck between the walls of a pattern in a steely cage. Great achievement. Thanks. I can't say anything. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. The body. It's you. What an achievement. Okay. That wasn't really much of a look. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. Oh my god, you are at the cabin. Approach her. You recognize the presence inhabiting the shell. It is the entity that dwells in the spaces between.
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What? You're that thing I met in the space outside of the woods, aren't you? I thought that was a dream. What are you? The gift of a fragile vessel. Is the end. Let her out. Let's just go with the first.
Vague recollections, empty tunnels without a mouth. I am sorry if I frightened you.
Oh my god, so many fucking options. What are you? The gift. Is this the end? Let her out. Do you know the narrator is an interesting question. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? What happens now? Let's do the narrator question.
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Okay, what are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Okay, gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. perspectives to make my own. This one is a body that convinced herself she was only a set of eyes. She will make for a watchful heart. Do not mourn her. She is now what she wished that she could be.
Alright, do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
This is the end.
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Okay, but were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Okay, what happens?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
That sounds like I have to do murder. Oh my god. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I have to find? What if I don't let you do this to me? I was sent to slay the princess and stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're gonna do? Make me forget. How many more pieces?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Aren't you a little scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
What if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Okay, I was sent to slay the princess to stop her.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Okay, you're being semantic. What are you gonna do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
It would be really funny if you try to save Scum and it tells you you can't. That would be actually incredible. But I can't not try. Or if you get punished for trying to do it. Let's wait.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Wait forever?
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Oh boy. That's incredible. The game closed itself. I love when games do stupid shit like that. Okay, now I have to see how long it's gonna take to fucking load. It's probably gonna take a second, because it's sure taking a second right now.
On mere moments, I never left your side.
I think I got an achievement, but if I did, I missed it popping. Okay, hang on. Messed up my whole thing. Okay, I think we're fixed now. Alright, you've returned to me, though you were gone mere moments. I never left your side. Alright, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. An open heart or a watchful one. Bring the cage to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, cool. It did not erase my saves. Great. Alright, I'm gonna save over that because there's no... I mean, we could just have her make me forget and it would probably bring us back here. I am gonna take a quick break though, because I really have to pee. Okay, so just kidding. I'm gonna stop for the... Well, I might come back to this later today, depending on how my day shakes out. But if not, then I will not see you next weekend. Because I will not be here. Which is part why I'm tempted to do more today. But I'm not totally sure how the day is gonna go, so... We'll see. I love this. This is very weird and good. And I knew it would be, but it's, like, even weirder than I thought it would be, which is wonderful. So, I definitely like it. We'll definitely keep playing it. We'll definitely get as many endings as we can stomach getting. I don't know. I kind of want to do a couple of my save scums just to see what happens, but I also sort of just want to keep the momentum. So I'll decide what I'm going to do whenever I play this next, but thank you for being here. Thank you for checking this out with me, and we will check more of it out at some point soon, hopefully. So have a lovely Sunday. Bye.